What up, loved ones? What it do? It's Patty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick. Give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real. Yeah, man. So right now we got the Korean Gangster right here. He's gonna share a little bit of his experience, and there it is. Let's get started. Tell us about yourself, bro. What they call you?
First and foremost, I would like to thank Buddy Young for letting me speak on this platform, and thank you to all the YouTube viewers for watching my interview. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm a Korean immigrant. I came to America in 1984. I was adopted by a white family. I lived with them for 7 years until I was 14. Then I went to the foster care system until I was about 16. About 17. Then I started going to jail. You know, that's pretty much my life. I paroled in 2013. I got off parole in 2015, and ever since then I haven't been back to jail. Not like that. You know what I mean? Like, I stay away from, you know, all the negative. I'm just trying to stay on the streets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what was the last time that you got out? 2015, you said?
13. No, I got out in 2013 from Pelican Bay BR.
Yes, sir.
I got out parole in 2 years in LA. I was living in the 20s in LA in a program called
Bro. Yeah. Man, so 2013 and ever since you never went back to the system.
Excuse me?
After 2013, you never got yourself caught up.
Nope.
Damn, that's good, bro. It's been a while, homie, and you already been there, done that. Can you tell us? Of course, you know, California culture, gang banging culture. Of course, you're gonna fight back. Can you tell us a little bit more how you started off in the system?
Okay. Well, I really did 4 separate terms, you could say, right? I pretty much did like a 2-year juvenile term. Then I did 3 prison terms, you know? So altogether, I did about 2 years as a juvenile and about 16 as an adult. And I hit level 2, level 3. I've been to level 4, 180s. I've been to shoot programs. I've been to ASU standalone, BMU, things like that, you know?
All right, for sure, for sure. So to those who don't know, you got your guys that are just going to prison and then just trying to get out. And then you got your soldiers that's always raising their hands up for the cause. And this, the homie right here, he's one of those. You know what I mean? And you stay, you stay in the show. Yeah.
I'm blessed, but to me,
yeah,
all in seriousness, I'm not nobody. I just did what I did to keep my head up high and to survive. That was it. You know, I wasn't trying to impress nobody, none of that, because others, we don't have rules like that, right? And everybody has their own program. And if you want a program, we don't force you to do anything, you know? But sometimes somebody has to do something. And sometimes it was me. That was it.
That was all there is to it, huh? Yeah. So let's talk about your shoe term, because in the shoe, usually a lot of people do all kinds of other stuff. What were you doing during those times, during those years?
Okay, yeah, so really, I could pretty much say I did a tale of 2 halves, right? My first, let's say, 8 years, I was really naive. I really didn't know how to do time. I really didn't know anything about prison politics or anything like that, right? Until this last term, when I got my last time, I got it in 2014 from Ironwood BR, and I stayed out for 10 months, and I caught another robbery case, and I got 9 years for that. So this on my last 9-year term, that's when you could say I got tired of jail. Yeah, fuck jail. Oh, no disrespect. Forget jail.
Nah, fuck jail. Hell yeah, you're right, brother. Yeah, that's your gay, man. Real shit.
Yeah.
For me, yeah. But so yeah, you mentioned before you started getting into start studying the law to help out the other homies. Yeah.
Let me back up a little bit. So my last term, right? I got 9 years. So first I'm from the Los Angeles area, so I went to LA County Jail, and I was in 2700 Asian gang module, right, in LA County Jail. This was in 2004-5, and then in 2005 I stayed there for about 5 months. And then in 2005 I got transferred to Chino. That was my reception. I stayed there. I went to I was first in Central. That was, man, that's the first time I ever went to triple bunking, right? Which is they put 3 people in bunks and they put me in the like a middle one, like a sardine.
I hate that. I hate the middle one. Yeah.
Man, that was weird, right? And from there, they sent me to East Yard, to the east. And yeah, so I stayed there for about like 2 months, right? And then I got shipped, and then they sent me right back to Ironwood, right? I just paroled from Ironwood 10 months ago. So they sent me right back to Ironwood. And this time I caught a shoe turn. So this time I went to a whole different, let's say, path than my last turn. This time I went to the shoes and the holes and the 180s and the things like that. You know, I really know what jail is now. Like, forget jail. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so.
Real shit. So,
okay. Okay, I got you. Okay, so look. So this what happened. In Ironwood, I caught a shoe, right? And they sent me to a Tatchby shoe, right? And I stayed there for one. They gave me like a 14-month shoe, right? It wasn't even a major shoe. It was like a 14-month shoe. I didn't even stab nobody or anything. It was nothing serious. It's just like a fist fight, right? Anyways, yeah. So they gave me like 14-month shoe. So I went to Tatchby shoe for like a month, and everybody was telling me right there, they're like, hey, you know, you're not going to Corcoran, because they endorsed me to Corcoran, right? And the inmates were like, nah, you're not going to Corcoran, right? They've been waiting there for years. They were like, you is not going. You only got 12 months, right? But somehow, about a month, I ended up going to Corcoran shoe. I could not believe it, you know. Yeah. From there, man, it was what can I say? You could say I had 2 epiphanies, right, when I was in Corcoran shoe. One was I found a belief system, right? A moral compass, something that not man-made, but something that I respect, which is I know is right and wrong, right? And the other one is legal training. You know, I met somebody that sparked me to educate myself and learn the law so I could enforce my rights. Because in prison environment, the real enemies, the real oppressors of the correctional staff, you know, I don't. After this term right here, I don't look at inmates as enemies. They're not the oppressors. The real oppressors are the COs and the correctional, and that's what I was focused on this term right here. So that's why I'm gonna focus on what I did there.
Yeah, a lot of them, they need to hear that, because that's the ugly truth. They're so caught up on hating each other, but they don't see the bigger enemy, right?
Man.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah. So yeah. So my first impression of Corcoran was when you first get out the bus. This was in 2006, and at that time they still, you know, when you got out, you know, the COs grabbed you, made you spread your legs, made you look up, and sweated you. You know, they actually sweated you until you know, like you in Corcoran, like, you know, like wow. And then when I got to the cell, the most memorable thing to me was there was like soap, right, all over the ceiling. It's like somebody smeared soap, like stay soap everywhere on the ceiling, right?
What the hell?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? And I spent all night like chipping. I took all that off, right? And I was cleaning everything. And then, sure enough, I found out why they put that there. Because when it rains, this was in 484 left. When it rained,
it leaks.
It was leaking bad. That's why he had everywhere, right? So now I had to put that shit back up. See, now I had to put the soap back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but you only get 1 soap a week, right?
Man, like I said, it was hard times, you know. And I want to like that. Me, like I said, you know, I'm an orphan. I don't have a family, so I have to depend on the state, right, for my subsistence, right? I don't have, so like I said, this term I learned how to enforce them to give me what's coming to me, right? Not so much.
That's right.
Just give me what's coming to me.
I feel you.
You have to fight for that. They're not gonna just give you nothing. You gotta fight for everything.
Damn. So you actually studied everything that has anything that has to do with law and your rights. Okay. The Title 15, the whole book, everything.
Yeah. So what happened was this is a weird story. So pretty much I did about 7 months right there in 4A4 left. And I was on a group yard with the Northerners and Blacks, right? So that was a weird experience right there. Going to the shoe yard right there, to the group yard with active Northerners and Blacks and others, right? So I did about 6-7 months. So after that, they moved me to 4B1 right or something like that, right? But I was just basically moving because I already did my shoe and I was going out to as said pending transfer to the mainland, right? So for some reason, they put me next to this guy, right? And this guy, right? I don't know what to say. He was the most aggressive, assertive inmate I ever seen talk to correctional staff, right? The way he was talking to them, I couldn't believe it. He was, you know what I'm talking about? I was like, what? Yeah. And then one day, because over there, he was my neighbor. So when we go out to the yard, they put us in the cages right next to each other, right? So I got to talk to him. And I was like, I seen him talk to different type of correctional staff, right? And not just regular SEALs. He was talking to like lieutenants, CC2, stuff like that, right? And I was like, wow. I was like, basically I asked him, hey, why they don't, I was like, they don't they don't mess you up. Like, if you get on them, like, they don't get at you like that. They're like, hell no. Basically, he's a legal beagle, right? Or a jailhouse lawyer, and he know how to sue these people. So these people are very wary of him. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that. I've never seen that from no other inmates, except for this guy. This guy, I was like, what the hell? And there's a little story. Okay, look, there was a story. Look, this guy somehow he got mad, right? So he started burning paper in his cell, right? He started and he started burning and he throwing shit out he throwing the burning paper out the bottom of the door, right? Yeah. So the police came in with a fire extinguisher and they opened up the trace light and they told him, hey, cuff up, right? And he going out, ooh. They're like, hey man, cuff up. He's not cuffing up. So they hit him, right? He's like, okay, I'm done. So he cuff up, right? He burned all type of paper. They hit him with the fire extinguisher, right? But he came back like a couple hours later, but they never wrote him up. They didn't even write him up for that, right? I was like, what? And then pretty much, like I said, this guy impressed me, right? So I started asking a question, say, hey, how do you do this and this? And luckily, he was a real life litigator, right? So anytime, pretty much, he started like this. He started giving me inmate help packets, right? I don't know if you heard, but there's a place called Prison Law Office in San Quentin, right? And you could write to those people and ask for packets. Like you could say, could you give me how to write a habeas corpus packet? You know what I mean? Or any type of legal help you could ask them, right? So I was so pretty much that's how I got introduced to litigation, right? And I was only next to this guy for like maybe a month, maybe not even that long, but he put the spark in me and I continued it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So now from B1, from the shoe, they sent me to Corcoran, the 270. It's back in the time, it was 3A03, meaning that it was 3A, the 270, but the hole was in 03, right? 3 block. And they have group yard too. So I stayed there for about 10 months. And I was going to the group yard right there with the same thing, with the active Northerners and Blacks and others, right? So I waited about 10 months right there, right? And during all this time, I'm trying to study as much as possible, right? And I'm trying to write all these people to give me packets or books or any type of legal, right? And mainly I focused on constitutional inmate rights, right? Yeah. Constitutional inmate rights. I didn't really study criminal law, just it's inmate rights, federal rights. So yeah, so I did that for so I stayed there for about 10 months, and then they finally sent me to New Folsom, right? To the B yard right there. So I stayed there for about a month, and at the time, California, the medical system was under a federal like a mediation, right? Meaning that it was found inadequate. They were not giving us adequate medical care, right? CDCR at the time. So you know, me, I have an issue, right? And I got to go to medical a lot. So somehow, you know, I was given inadequate medical care. So I ended up suing a nurse right there in New Folsom. Yep.
Ah, okay. For malpractice or
No,
negligence?
it's called inadequate medical care.
Oh, okay, okay.
Inadequate medical care. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you go to prison, right, they're never gonna give you the right proper medical care unless you fight for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to fight for everything. And I didn't realize that, like I said, until my last term. You know what I mean? Until I started going to the shoes and the holes, you know, until I was locked down.
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to ask, bro, by any chance, did you ever ran into the pare Dopey from Bahala na Barkada?
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, I did. All I say is Dopey, he was a good homie, you know, because at that time it was three cells. Like Lazy, he didn't really get into it, but there were 3 cells of us, right? It was me and Lazy, there were 2 other Vietnamese homies, and then Dopey, because at the time he can have a celly. So it was 3 cells in a row. Man, it was hella fun. You know, at that time, it was cool. You know, I could say, you know, Dopey made it enjoyable.
Make the time go faster.
Yeah, we was, you know, and then we eventually got kicked out together to right there to the main line, and that's the 4A. Yep, 4A. Petty transfer to the main line.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so what happened to the nurse? Did they ever? What was the result? Yeah.
Oh, this what. Look, because I filed my case in Sacramento, right, in New Folsom. Yeah. And that's considered the Eastern District of California, right? Anyway, California in the federal system, they have districts, right? And California in the 9th Circuit, right? Meaning that 9 other states, right, could pretty much in a federal system, they could review your case. So pretty much they couldn't get me, right, if I hear in Sacramento, in the Eastern District. So they sent my case all the way to Washington State to their senior judge, right?
Yeah.
This guy, he didn't give me no action, nothing. You know, nothing.
Yeah.
They sent me out of California. They sent me to Washington to their chief judge. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like, wow, I know I ain't gonna win. You keep me out of, I'm not gonna win, and I didn't win. You know? But it was all right. It was a valuable experience, right? Because now I know how to, right? And then I always kept my eye. Right? Anytime I do time, I always what's the word? I always keep track of what the COs do, right? As far as like what they got coming to us, right? And me, you can't force correctional officers to do anything, right? You can't make them do anything. You see me? Only thing you can do is get paid. That's what I try to do.
Damn, bro. So, man, so you had a valuable experience, man. Did you ever run into any other more legal issues besides that one?
Yes, when I was in Pelican Bay, right, I filed a habeas corpus, right, on as far as the religious, because in Pelican Bay, I got there in 2009. It was around maybe 2010 or 11. No, I think it was like 2010, right?
Yeah.
They added 3 Christian stations, right? Right there in Pelican Bay, they added 3 Christian, right? And then me, I was like, wow, you know, they're really favoritism Christian, you know? I'm like, wow, I want to see if I could try to get some Buddhist stations, you know? So I filed a habeas corpus on that, you know? And I filed it to the little Del Norte court right there. They only got 2 judges, right?
Yeah.
And so they give me a public defender. But the first thing he said to me was, I just want to let you know that I never won against this judge. That's like the first thing he told me, right? I said, the first thing he said, I never won against this judge, right? But these are my, you know, this is what I'm going to argue. You know, he made it sound good, but in actuality, he didn't do anything, right?
He just trying to get some money.
Yeah, he like I said, he said he had never won. And I said, whatever. But anyway, I could appeal that too, right? But I just want to see the excuse that they gave. And the excuse that they gave was that they said that the Christian station, they're the ones that put up the equipment. They're the ones that's paying for everything. That's what they are accessing it, right? And maybe like if you have like different religions, maybe like Islam or Native American or Buddhism, you know, I'm pretty sure they don't have the money to build satellites to transmit the channels to prison, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why, okay, I give up. I don't think they would do that.
I remember going to the Buddha service in BR. They got that on lock on Saturday morning, I believe. We'll be over there just kicking it. They even have a white lady that was doing the Buddha service. I'm like, what does she know about this? But she was all up in there. She used to be Christian. She said, yeah.
Yeah,
The homies from MOD was there. Crow. I don't know if you remember.
Nah, they was gone because when I got there, yeah, like we were talking before, right? I think like when you left BR, when I got there, I think a lot of homies like maybe flipped over, right? They might have got transferred because you know a lot of the people that we talking about, they wasn't there. They wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah. And then Fran, I forgot the homie, the Korean homie from Mental Boys. Forgot his name.
Oh, his name is
Scrap. Yeah, Scrap.
Yeah, I remember him.
He was still there?
No, yeah, he was there when I first got there. He was there, but then I think he got transferred. And I was the only Korean on BR for a while until I got into that right.
For sure. Yeah, bro. Man. So let's move forward. I mean, that's some good stuff, bro. You never came back. You're just on a whole different level. You found the moral compass, and I've studied that also, bro. I like all the stuff. Buddhism, Taoism. Yeah, you know, it's the Asian undercard. You know how it goes, man. Right. We're all connected. But you call this? So, man, so you're doing a good thing right now. How do you feel about this? Because I follow this in Instagram, the Asians with attitude, and I always see this bitch bait motherfuckers punching on old Asian elder women. And then I seen one just recently. He tried to play the victim. I literally saw him punch on the old lady, and then now the police caught him, and he tried to play the victim. Like, see, this is people keep doing this, and this thing right here is fueling the fire, my fire of this is what the channel is about, para young, because we don't. Basically, we're trying to lessen up those kind of people that exist like that, man. You know what I mean? How do you feel about that, bro?
To me, this is a very explosive conversation or topic, right? Because I believe that it's not, like I said, it's the media plays a lot of part because YouTube allows a lot of people to incite, provoke, you know what I mean? They're trying to, you know what I mean? Try to get more negative stuff so they get more views. Because negativity always gets more views than positive, right? So I think YouTube is allowing it, right? So I think only thing we could do is, like I said, you know, talk amongst your own group, you know, as far as like wherever you live, like whoever's in your family or whoever, you know, talk to them about that, you know, and maybe like, hey, what would you do? You know, maybe prepare for it. You know, you never know. But me personally, I don't like to blame people, right? Because like I said, the media is the ops, and they're the ones manipulating everything, right? So, like I said, you know, I don't look at so. But to me, man, it's very upsetting because I know for a fact that, you know, I'm from LA County, right? I grew up in LA County. I lived all over LA County, right? And LA County is a very racial place, very racial. People will go to racial wars, right? And if they kill, right, a old Hispanic grandma or grandpa or a black, you know, grandma or grandpa or white, I think it would be different. They would bring that issue different, right? I think FBI, CIA, all the fucking alphabet will come in and they will get to the bottom of it. They will make all type of laws. It would be different. But Asians, like I said, we don't have nobody speaking. Like, we're very docile people. You can say, I don't know, meek. I don't know the synonyms, but all those timid, whatever you want to call it, right? So I think they're going to keep preying on this.
Bro, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You know me, I've been surrounded with all the homies. We don't like to suffer out loud. That's why we don't like to cry about nothing. We're just like stoic. we just keep quiet. So that's why we don't really fight for the rights like that. But right now they got these movements that are being aggressive also, because you got to fight violence with violence.
I understand.
Yeah,
I
you
understand.
know what I mean? Because nobody else is gonna do it.
You're right.
Right?
But the new generation, I don't think they're on that. They're not on Asian unity. They're not on that page. They're a whole new generation, right?
Yeah,
And they understand different things. So maybe we have to tell them in a different way. I don't know, you know, because me myself, I'm not a good communicator either. I try to tell my homies all the time, you know, about positive things, and man, they resist. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you, bro.
I'm not getting my message across. You know, I know I'm right, but it's not receptive. You know, I'm not a good communicator. So
bro, I feel you, bro, about the resisting, because that's like us back in the days. Like, you know what I mean? We're addicted to this lifestyle. Fuck what you're going through. I feel you on that. But I came up with some ideas though. Right now, here in the Philippines, I want to challenge all these people. Since, you know, I'm not over there, I can still fight all these people right here. You know, I came up with that. We're trying to make it happen. You know,
hey, that seems like that's the thing to do, right?
It's gonna help. Yeah.
Hey, that's what you feel. Hey, you know. But
Sir.
to me, I don't. Me personally, I don't try to change the whole world or whatever, right? I just try to change the people that's around me. Keep it real, right? If I see anything like that around me, I'm gonna do something about it, you know. But as far as like telling these people, you know, that you should, I don't think they listen anyway. You know?
Yeah,
so,
I feel
whatever.
you.
Like that, I'm gonna show me and my people is ready. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen to my people. You know.
Yes, sir. Speaking of that, are you familiar with this group FOU movement?
Yes, I'm not
homies,
really familiar with it, but
Toko homies. Yeah.
Yeah, because shout out to Usaran. But I really like what he's doing, right? Because a lot of the Usos that's coming out that's doing life, right? They're into positive, right? And bringing uplifting the people, you know, try to get us out of the gang banging and just the poverty, right? We're trying to come up just like every other race, you know. And I'm with that, you know. I'm with that 100%. And matter of fact, I know a couple of the Usos that was on the FOU video, you know, speaking on that. You know, a couple of lifer homies, and shout out to Uso AK. Shout out.
For sure. Yeah, they didn't know what's up. I'm connected with them also. Yeah, I agree with that. People in the streets are kind of skeptical about it, because why would you bring something out of prison in the streets that doesn't sound positive? But just because they don't really understand how the Asian Pacific Undercard is, how we function. We don't function by dictatorship or fear. We function by our family oriented and respect amongst each other and our pride about our peoples, right? And if we bring that here to the streets, instead of us killing each other, not knowing that we're gonna end up being family in prison, in the pinta or whatever you want to call it, if we end up catching life, then you know, they don't really understand, because they're on some 6ix9ine generation type shit, man. They're on all up in a music rap video, hating on, exposing their self-hate, and you know, they're not even proven and tested. A lot of these kids, they're lost, they're addicted to the lifestyle, whether it's methamphetamine, smoking pot, whatever it was, and they have all this self-hate that they don't truly understand, like how I did before. So that's why I keep targeting them, that just knock it off. Don't snitch on yourself on TV. You don't don't be net banging on the you know.
But I don't think you can stop that. That's what I'm telling you about generational, right?
Yeah.
Right? I believe in change, right? I'm a pragmatic person. I move forward, right? I don't get stuck in the past. Okay. I realize this new generation, they grew up on social media. They grew up on that, you know? That's all they know. And that's what they're gonna keep doing. What they're gonna do is nowadays they're gonna do something and they're gonna tell them themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's different now. It's a total different game. You know what I mean? These dudes are doing crazy shit and just get murked real quick. It's like, I don't know. So me, I cannot identify with that, you know? So I don't really know what to tell them. Like, dude, I tell them all the time, look, man, you know, if you're active, right, whatever, you can't be on social media. You know what I mean? Like, and they cannot leave that alone. So if you can't even leave social media alone, right? What can I tell you? You can't even control. There's nothing I can say to you, right? There's nothing I can say. You need to be on. You need to go on social media. You have to. That's part of your life now. That's it.
Yeah. And one thing I want to point out also, brother, is that I have the way I look at you. I look at you in a different way than I look at a normal person, because where we came from, our word is all we got, you know. And without it, basically you're nothing, right? And I notice here in the real world, the word, it doesn't mean anything. It's all about the money. It's everybody has a price. You know, it's and looking at you, I don't look at you as having a price, bro. I look at you as a soldier. That is, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. First and foremost, I'm many things, right? It depends who you ask, right? I'm many things. It depends who you ask. You know what? What do you mean, price for what? Look, all I'm saying is, look, you know, like I said, within my circle, within my collective, within my group, my word is still good. That's all I say, right? Even though I'm older and I might not hang out as much and stuff like that, you know, if I still come around my people or my group, you know, I still get shown love, you know, they show me, you know, so I don't really have those kind of problems, you know. But as far as like the new generation and trying to teach them and stuff, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm hoping that the FOU movement, you know, I just wanted, that's like a test run to me and see how, you know, what's basically, because the Asians, I don't think really have something like that, right? In down south, I'm talking about, like, maybe I think they got in the Bay, but like, you know, see how the FOU is all down south. You see all the, all the Usos from down south. You notice, right? They're mostly from LA, right? Compton and most side. So that's why maybe, you know, maybe the Asians should start something like that, you know, because like I said, me, I'm older, you know, when I look at another Asian, I don't look at them as an enemy. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't see them I see them as a potential ally. You know what I mean? I don't look at them as an enemy anymore, because all my time that I did time, right? I had sillies, you know, cool people that I knew. They were from my enemies on the streets, but man, they were cool people, man. You know, I'll fuck with them all. No, just my bad. You know, you know what I mean? Like, those are good, you know, good homies, you know. And just because they're from a different gang, I don't care. They're good homies, straight up. Their word is good with me, you know. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. You know, all the self-hate, I studied all of that too, or at least to the best of my ability. Yeah. But
like
yeah, bro. So keep moving forward. What kind of message would you have for people out there, and how do you know, basically speak on the Asian Pacific Islander unity, and what purpose will it do to stop or alleviate the Asian hate that's going on in the streets right now?
That's a tough question, right? Like I said, all I can say is every generation is different, right? And to me, right, there's no common ground. Like I said, if you're active, you can't be on social media. I don't know. If you can't even follow that, right? I cannot tell you anything, you know. But all I'm saying is, like, for the older people like me and you and the Uso Ron and the other Usos that's speaking up on FOU movements, things like that, right? Like I said, we know that gangbanging is destructive, right? There's nothing positive about it, really, right? It's more destructive than positive anything, right? And that's gonna just keep bringing your people down. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, the war's got to end sometime. I'm just saying, everybody in war. You can't keep fighting for everybody in war. You know, America in war with Iraq. You know what I mean? Like the Jews. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, everybody fight. They stop. You know what I mean? But I'm saying we gotta stop sometime, man. Let's change. Because it's 2021. All the whatever that we stood for and whatever we did, it's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new generation, which is a social media generation. Does that make sense? Everything is about clout, you know, like, look at me, you know what I mean? They don't care about other people. They're not gonna say, oh, you know, I'm pushing. They're not doing that. They want their own, you know, selfish. They're more, they don't have a group thinking. I don't think they have a group mentality. It's more myself, you know, just me, look at me. I don't know.
Hey, that's, I mean, enough said, man. I mean, the only way that we can show is by action of what we're doing here. And obviously, brother, I mean, it's been 2013 and you're still living a good life. I mean, anything that's not in there is a good life. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, like, as far as materially, I'm gonna have nothing, right? But mentally, spiritually, man, I am very content.
And
I wake up
rich.
every day, I'm happy. I'm a happy person. I smile all the time. You know what I mean? I love, you know, I love my life. I love being free. You know what I mean? I could eat whatever I want. You know what I mean? Forget jail. If you gangbang, you're gonna go to jail. The jail sucks. That's all I can say. You know what I mean?
Sir. Yes,
Even
sir.
if you snitch, you still might go to jail. So I went to jail, right? I mean, he snitched, he went to jail. It don't matter. You snitch, you're still gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail. Just,
if you in PC, you're still in jail in PC.
You're gonna go to jail still. You can't get out of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But yeah, brother, I appreciate your time, man, and support, you know, for the movement and stuff like that. Before we let you go, brother, would you like to say anything else? Add on to your message. Yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to shout out all the homies that's locked up that I know that are the time with, you know, hey, you know, salute. You know, I said my utmost. Hopefully all you guys get out of prison soon, because they're letting lifers out. And I seen that first when I got out. You know, they're letting lifers out now. So once all the homies that, you know, they get out, you know, they get a chance to start living life, you know, instead of the jail, you know.
Damn, bro. I just want to point this out also. Thank you for that, brother. You've been out since 2013. I've been out since 2016. And we still have the heart for all the real G homies out there still stuck in there doing time. Unlike all these other people that are doing the YouTube thing and completely expose and throw all their homies under the bus. I don't know if the viewers can see the difference, but that's just how that works, man. You know what I mean? And thank you, bro. I feel the same way. Everybody in there. Man, I wish y'all could enjoy how we're enjoying our freedom right now. You know,
Yeah,
so
can I say one more thing?
day, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that
Yes, sir.
mainly, like I said, you know, we've been in coronavirus, right? We've been kind of in social isolation, right? And I noticed myself getting more isolated, keep it to myself. And this is for me to kind of shake it up, right? And put myself out there and try to get more what's the word? More what's the word, like
exposure?
Yeah, you know, like networking. Yeah. Basically I'm trying to I'm networking, right? And this is a big platform. YouTube is a global platform. So hey, I basically let them know, look, I'm out here. Hey, if you know me or whatever, get at me. Oh wow.
On the real. And we got a lot of other homies that supposedly lined up. So stay tuned. What happened, brother? You disappeared. There it is. Yeah. So homies homies I did time with YA, everything. So a lot of people, you know.
Oh yeah, like I said, you know.
And also we should point out that anybody else that gets on here talking about they're doing roundhouse kick to the dome or anything like that, we don't that's their story, you know. So but it's better if somebody else comes to the show and talks about me doing that in real life in YA or whatever, then it's better that way, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Bro, thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
If anything comes on, we'll talk about some other subject. But as for now, Korean G homie right here, y'all know the business. And with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Say what you mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah.
Peace.